Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome to Throwbacks, where we talk all things cool and retro. Today we've got some coolness, some retroness, and some good old G.I. Joe classifiedness, you could say. So I just got in Dial Tone. He was supposed to come with the last batch of classified that I ordered, but he was a little late showing up, so figured I'd do a little unboxing of him. Plus some that have been kind of on the back burner that I kind of forgot about, I got and then kind of put to the side. But we're also going to look at Big Boa, Shooter, Agent Helix, and Night Creeper. Yeah, that guy. Alright, so I want to look at Dial Tone first. Alright, I'm not going to spend too much time on these boxes, but I do appreciate the art that they put on there. Somebody is working too hard for too little to put this art on these boxes, and I appreciate it. I think it looks cool. But that's about all the flowers I can put in that vase, because as soon as I get him out of here, boxes, see ya. Alright. Now I'm going to try to cut down on all this plastic noise best I can. So, Dial Tone is the second communications trooper, or radio man, as we call them, from the G.I. Joe team. First was Breaker, and then they had Sparks in the cartoon, but that'd be cool to get a classified Sparks. Would you guys want to see a classified Sparks? Although I feel like Super 7 would probably get to him first. Can't believe they haven't made one yet. Alright, first let's see. Here is his backpack, which looks pretty awesome. It's a little more realistic than what you would think. It's got the frame for, to actually go on your back, and all the metal and different parts and pieces and whatnots. And it's like a case at the bottom. They put a lot of detail and thought into this. But like every backpack, it's just one big chunk of plastic, and we're lucky that this little talk thingy comes down. And he comes with a cell phone, I guess. No, I don't know what it is actually, but it could be a cell phone. Some communication device. He comes with a knife. He comes with some little radar thing, I'm guessing, a little radar gun, so he can see how fast those trouble bubbles are going. Can I take it? And he comes with a pretty cool looking pew pew. No clue what this is, but if you're a super duper gun dude, let me know in the comments what that is. It doesn't really look like his one that he had as the vintage figure, but anyway, here's the old boy, and that's good. These new figures coming out, man, the sculpts on them are terrific. They look so good. I mean, I don't know if he looks like his, vintage figure, but he definitely looks like somebody. You know what I mean? Like, this is a dude. This wasn't like a generic, hey, let's just make up a head for this guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he comes with a little cool little bandolier and his sweater, which I think is a different piece. That's interesting. And his khaki shirt and black pants, which are all kind of a weird kind of mishmash army uniform, especially with the green boots. So, alright, sorry, trying to get the camera to stay still. And he feels good out of the box. He doesn't feel all sloppy and weird like sometimes they do. Let's see, does his beret come off? It does. Wow, I didn't think it did. It's such a tight fit. Look at that sculpt on his noggin there. That's what I like, when the beret is sculpted so well you don't even know that if it's going to come off or not. And he's got his walkie that doesn't come out of this little side holster, which is kind of weird, but I'll forgive it. And just to get through for time's sake, I'm just going to put on his backpack, or try to. There it is. With this thing poking him in the face. All right. There it is, more or less. Yeah, the vintage one was just kind of this big chunk of like gray plastic. This looks really good. I'm impressed with what they did. It's a very good update, very good homage, very good modern representation. Now, will he stand with it? Well, probably. I just haven't messed with any foot articulation yet. This just is what it is. Let's see, let's put his knife in his boot sheath. And I think this goes somewhere. Let's see, I thought that was like a holster, but I guess that thing goes there. Maybe. Or maybe it was for this. I'm not sure. But, alright, here's his little machine gun. And come on. There he goes. And he holds it just fine. Alright. Dial. So, he will definitely look at home on the shelf next to Leatherneck and the boys. Hopefully we'll get a wetsuit soon so we can start working on that series of Joes. Now, next we're going to look at Night Creeper. He's the Cobra Ninja that's supposed to be super, like, tech-oriented, you know, because in the 80s, what better combination would you have than, you know, super high-tech ninjas, right? Because why not? And he's going to come with a ton of stuff. He even comes with another head, so you can do, like, Night Creeper version 2. Just, I'm not going to use it, but I think it's cool that they, you know, that they had that idea. Alright, now Night Creeper comes with a ton of stuff, so I'm not going to go over every little thing, but we'll go over a couple things. There's his backpack with some arrows, and like every other backpack, it's just a big chunk of plastic, doesn't open up or do anything, and we're lucky if it goes on his back, but I think it will, because he doesn't have, yep, goes in there just fine, because he doesn't have any kind of weird overlapping shirt or vest or something. Let's see, he looks good. And will he stand up right out of the box? Not with this backpack, mister. Nope. But I'm sure with a little fitzing around with him, he'll be just fine. He comes with 2 swords. Here's one. And I always kind of liked this sword. Thought it was cool. And he doesn't. His hand seems to be like a tougher plastic. There it is. Alright. Maybe I can pose him. You know, everybody's like, you gotta pose your figures. You gotta pose them. And I'm like, yeah, they're not like fighting 24/7. It's okay if they're just standing around. Especially if space is an issue. Alright. Can you stand up for me, buddy? If not, I gotta move on. So, sorry, pal. Put you over here for a second. And there's this cool little bowcaster. Neat. And here's a really cool character that got a little bit of love a couple years ago, then kind of dropped off to obscurity. Agent Jinx, which she is from the comic books, and she was from, what did they call that line of Joes, the 3 and 3? Fourth line that was probably right before they canceled it. I don't remember, but anyway, we'll show her off to you, and you can tell I needed to open this one because it's in the package that you're lucky if you get the right figure with. Let's look at her little foot locker. It's pretty cool. Agent Helix 104 is her number, and she comes with stuff. It's Christmas every time I open one of these. Oh, it comes with a lot of stuff, actually. Kind of cool. She comes with the sword. Now, I believe Helix's backstory was she was like some kind of really badass, like, CIA agent or something that had these like I don't want to say mental issues, but I don't know how else to put it. But anyway, ended up making her like this really awesome warrior. I don't know what these are. I guess you put these on her hands and she gets all stabby with them. And it looks like a sword sheath. And okay, she comes with 2 swords. I don't know, the yellow is making me think Kill Bill, but she goes with a cool knife. Alright, let's put this over here so we can look at. There's the little lady herself, and she looks pretty cool. If I can get around this thing. Little art for you. Alright, and here is Helix. And, well, she looks a lot better than I thought she would. So, alright, get these little things out of her knees. And, of course, I just ripped her out of the package, so she's all kinds of discombobulated. Let me see. Alright. So, she is a figure from a year ago, 2 years ago, I don't know now, but it doesn't feel quite as sturdy as some of the ones that are coming out now, you know, like Dial Tone. But she looks cool. She got a little G.I. Joe tattoo right there. Alright. So that's her. She looks cool. Did you get her? I almost passed on her because it wasn't, you know, like she wasn't in the original comics, but she's been in the newer comics. So to me that, you know, good enough, makes up for it. If it were up to me, I would have every figure from the comics. But there's a lot of characters. And a lot of them just are introduced and they die. She hasn't died yet, so that's good. Alright, let's just put her over here for now. And let's see, who do we got here? We got Jodie Shooter Craig. She is, now this might be a different shooter than I'm thinking of, but I know in the comics probably 15 years ago or so, they introduced a really cool story, how she was the Joe that you see kind of in the beginning of the comics. Well, I shouldn't say you see her. You see her name on like a display where their like general flag is looking at. And she was supposed to be another Joe that you just didn't see, and then you find out you don't see her for other reasons that I'm not gonna spoil for anybody that hasn't read that, wants to go back and read it. Jodie Shooter Craig, number 90, and she comes with some stuff and things, but I think she is a sniper, hence the name Shooter. Alright, so see who low light replaces apparently. And wow, what is all this stuff? A lot of stuff. Make sure that anything in there? No? Okay. We make sure. And also she comes with some different hair, I guess. Okay, well, take a look at that here in a second. And this has got to be her sniper rifle, which I like how they put these in these little brown cardboard things to keep them from getting all wonky. That is appreciated. Good job, Hasbro. And yep, that is one heck of a sniper rifle. See if I can get the mag in there. Let's see. Put it in. Does it go this way? I think it goes this way. There it is. Voila. Huh, pretty cool. And she comes with the hair, headgear stuff, a pew-pew, and a knife. And a crooked one at that. Alright. And she also comes with a gas mask, apparently, that I didn't know. They just put on the figure in the package, which is cool. Good idea. Alright. Cut her out of here real quick, so I don't rip her out and then have to deal with her being all jiggly like Helix was. There is her art. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I always like those little portraits. I don't know why. And she's got the most, like, whatever, non-military shoes that look funny. Kind of like some. They should be like some Reebok high tops or something. But they're gray. They do match. And she got a cool tattoo. That's cool. Take a look at that in a second. All right. So, like I said, she's wearing a gas mask. Like, okay. Will she stand up? The biggest question. Yeah, she does. All right, let's see. How do I get this off of her? Okay. Well, she's okay. Well, that's different. Like how they did that. So the gas mask is part of her hair, and you just kind of put it over like a helmet. All right. Okay. That's fine. Let's put one of her hairs on. I can't look at her like that. It's not the baldness that bothers me, just the giant hole in the back of her head. And there she is. She looks good. She's an original character, so don't go looking for her in the cartoon or anything. You won't find her. But she is in some comic books. At least one that I had, that I recall. Knowing Larry Hama, he probably forgot the status of her and recently put her in another comic. Kidding, Larry, kidding. Okay, so yeah, she looks intense and pretty cool, and she's listed as Night Force too. So I don't know if they made just a regular non-Night Force version of her. I could be wrong, but if they did, yeah, it'd be cool to have her in just like a basic green, first wave of Joe's outfit, or even something similar to Scarlet. Yeah, but I'm not gonna go ahead and make her hold her pew-pews or anything. But I am curious about this other hair. Why does she have two hairdos? That I thought one maybe had a little hat or something on it. I don't know. Maybe she just looks different. That's different, but I don't know. Kind of like this other one better, I think. Just fits her head better. Anyway, I assume she had a helmet, but I guess not. All right, Shooter. That's her name. Haha. Where does this go? I don't know. All right, I'll put her over here so we can get to the final fella, Big Boa. Now, Big Boa came out in the 80s, and he was, supposed to be like he was the answer to Rocky. Well, Rocky Balboa, Rocky was supposed to be a Joe, and that ended up falling through, so I'm not sure if they just said, well, we'll just have Big Boa instead. I think it was probably a case they couldn't get they couldn't use the character Rocky or something, I don't know, but doesn't matter. Here is Big Boa, and he looks cool. He is the trainer. He comes with some cool little weights, some 90-pound dumbbells, pretty awesome. And he comes with some different boxing gloves. We're not going to put those on. You know what boxing gloves look like. And he comes with a helmet, which sadly is just a head swap, which I wish that it could just go over his head, because it looks like it totally could. Let's do that real quick. I don't want to take up time, but try to do this quick, because while I appreciate them giving a helmet-less option, Big Boa that I know has a helmet. So, okay, so that's all the Joes for today. Let's go ahead and do some comparisons. Well, Big Boa is here. Let's see. Here he is with his counterpart that I have long since lost the little side hose on the helmet. Yeah, I'm talking about. But he's almost the same. Only I like this blue better. This blue is actually, I don't know if it comes across on the camera, but mine's a little faded. It looks kind of crappy, but alright, I'm not going to put the boxing gloves on him because it's going to take too much time, but there is Big Boa. Of course, here is Agent Helix, and there's no vintage version of her, but she did get a figure in the Let me know what it's called. Was it Rise of Cobra? Search for Cobras? I don't remember, but they came out with some really good figures at one point. And this looks like just a bigger, better version of this one. So, pretty cool. And again, I wish I could spout out more of what she did in the comics, but a lot of it I don't remember now because it's been a while since I've read it. Let's see. Night Creeper. Hang on. We're running out of space here. So Night Creeper, I just looked in my Joe's and I couldn't find the vintage version. However, they came out with kind of a, I don't know, like a dollar store version of Night Creeper a few years ago. And I don't know if it was from like the Snake Eyes line or whatever, but I was like, okay, that'll be a good placeholder till I get a real Night Creeper. And I don't think I'll get rid of him. I think he looks fine. He's just like a hair shorter, and they didn't put the camo pants on him, but it's fine. All right, so Shooter doesn't have anybody to compare to. Let's see. Dial tone. There's my dial tone. Ring. You guys know what a dial tone is? Let me know. I bet a lot of you don't. But I do. And there he is with his vintage figure. Super duper very good homage. For probably more closer to it than they really needed to be. But I appreciate it. I thought it looked great. I'm very happy with all of these Joes. Once I start messing with them a little bit, getting them posed, I'm sure all the little creaky deaky joints and, falling over, they've been in a box sitting in my room forever waiting, going, Uncle BJ, please unbox us. We're tired of being in plastic prison. So I did. But all right, I hope you enjoyed this video today. That's all I got for Agent Helix, Dial Tone, Night Creeper, Shooter, and Big Boa. Do you got any of these figures? What did you think? Are you still looking for them? Did you pass on them? Do you not care? I'm glad I picked them up, but I gotta admit, the one I was the most psyched about was Dial Tone. I don't know why. Just was. Not that these other characters aren't awesome, but just, I always remember Dial Tone. But that's all I got for today. So thank you for hanging out, and on behalf of me and Big Buddy Brad, we are going to throw one back. Please check us out again tomorrow, because we have new videos every day. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a comment, and until tomorrow, we will see ya.